And we're back.
And we're at a geriatrics ward. So you know what that means.
I don't.
I don't either. But you do, right?
Huh.
Fart.
Well, as we can see, she's doing things for somebody.
Keeping her pants on
I'm
for
looking
once.
For Anne Shepard's room.
Please sign the visitor's book.
That's not a book.
Are you a member of the
It's a
family?
clipboard.
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19.
I really
end
don't,
of the
lady.
Thank you.
You really shouldn't make these assumptions about people. That is a shiny trash can.
Shh. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Did you see it?
I don't care.
Did you see that shiny trash can?
Alright, I'll go and look and see the shiny trash can.
Okay.
Holy
Look,
crap!
I told you.
What? Look how shiny it is.
You see, now you don't regret looking at it.
Jeez, that's so shiny.
You ain't never seen anything shinier before.
No, I ain't never.
I like the Asian man on her jacket.
Yeah.
That's random, but I'm pointing it out because it's there. It's just an Asian man. Her jacket.
And she will be loved. And she will be loved. She will. Why? Why did we sing that?
I don't know. You just started singing it, so I started singing along.
Oh, we'll try to figure that out later. Oh, she just happens to be at the very end of the hall. Thank you.
If that is her. I guess not. It's just an old lady looking at windows. Well,
This is awkward.
yeah. Fruity Fizz.
Yep.
How about that? Fruity Fizz vending machines only serve one kind of drink, Fruity Fizz.
Yep. The Fruity Fizz is so popular.
Right.
They don't need...
Fizzy fruit.
Okay.
Opa. Ooh, I am an Asian man on your jacket.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
I'm an old lady.
I came to talk about your son, Mrs. Shepard.
My son? I have no son.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Bye
that
then.
answers that question. Second son.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
I'm sorry.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Alzheimer's is not
Square.
funny.
I think I used to live there a long time ago.
This is kind
We
of
didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Young lady, have you been laid recently? Because you smell like it.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
Mrs. Shepard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Hands on an origami.
Are you a new nurse?
Oh, hey, I didn't notice that.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepherd, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? I have no other son. I never had any children.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs.
Son
Shepherd.
guilty.
He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me. Can you believe it? In 10 years, never.
I have to close my eyes.
No one forgets their mother, do they?
I need to close my eyes to stand up.
Well,
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepherd.
Oh, the ERS was blocked
but
out,
I
so it
love
just looked
them.
like flow.
My son
So
knows that
I was
love
thinking,
flowers.
well, she's about to ask a really
I know
awkward
you
question.
do.
I don't think that old ladies have to worry much about that. Yeah.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
Was that the right time?
yeah, that was a good time.
Okay. As long as we're clear. Go get some flowers.
Wait, can I use... No, never mind.
Wait, maybe... Oh, you can use a sink.
Do they look good for her?
I want to be a sexy girl again. For this old lady.
So yeah, hospital scenes are really depressing. What if that old
There were
lady...
some flowers the other way.
Okay.
I think they belong to somebody else, but I'm pretty sure you can just jack them.
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
Where'd you come from?
To her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
I'm looking for her other son.
That
He was
is
adopted.
very relevant to
He's
official
probably
papers.
changed his name. Is there any official
There we
documentation
go.
on Mrs. Shepherd?
No, there's nothing really. Nothing about her family. I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that.
So you're pretty much fucked.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
I speak a lot.
Thanks for the advice.
Oh, there they are. Flowers, flowers. I guess that's just the communal flower vase.
Yeah.
Or vase. I guess you
Vase.
could call it a vase.
A vase.
Do you keep your flowers in a vase?
No, I keep mine in a vase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now it's time to put a flower.
What a lovely orchid.
Oh
Sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave.
Good to know. I think there's some origami in the back. You can make some origami too. I've never been able to figure out origami.
It's pretty fun.
I mean, I imagine it would be, but I mean, I've got these damn shaky hands.
Damn shaky.
I love origami. But that's not my favorite one.
Go to the back of the room, because she has like stuff back there. Whatever that is.
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other
John
son's name
Jacob
again?
Jingleheimer Schmidt.
My other son? I only had one son.
God!
Johnny.
Stop it with the one son thing. I'll put poison in your IV, old lady.
No.
I don't think it's that. What are the options? I mean, how many are there?
4.
Oh. I guess just make all of them.
Well, let's do the hummingbird next.
Start all over.
God.
You want me to?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. This is just unnecessarily stressful.
You spend so much time.
I love origami. But that's not my favorite.
Should fucking hope that dog is her favorite. Because I don't know if I can deal with much more.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But
That's
he always
really
wanted
interesting.
his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it? I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people.
It's really unfortunate that
I
this
met them,
is
you
the
know.
level that gives us
In the beginning,
most
I
of
used
the
to go to see my
information.
little boy.
Yeah.
And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him.
God.
If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
This has been going on for 10 minutes. God. It could have been over in like less than 2. Gasp. She said nothing. It's a sign. So no dramatic irony is when we know what's in store for the characters, but they don't know. So what is it when we don't know, but they do?
Dumb. There's no irony in it at all.
Dumb fucking irony.
It's dumb.
Alright, well, that's probably where we should stop.
All
On a
right.
cliffhanger. Who is the Origami Killer?
Find out next time. Hopefully, maybe.